Hi, can you take your hat off? Thank you. What's your, are one of you here for court this morning?
Yes, I am. Aaron Carroll.
All right, Mr. You, and it looks like you are, you're at, let's see here. You're not till 9:30.
9:30?
Yeah, you're Andre Terrell?
No, Aaron Carroll.
Oh, well, what's the chance of I would have two Terrells?
Right.
All right, what are you here for?
Child support. It was supposed to, you said I had to pay $50 a month, and then I paid for August, and then I would come back to recap or something like that.
Last name's Carol.
Oh, Carol. All right, I heard Terrell.
Oh.
It's okay. All right, I see ya. Yep. Okay. Give us just a moment. And did you pay for September?
No, I am today.
Why don't you go make that payment and come back up?
Okay.
Is anybody in here named Isaiah Coopshaw? No. In the matter of Raquel Tyndall versus Isaiah Coopshaw, file number 2007-32109 DP. That matter was adjourned to October 28th at 8 a.m. And in the matter, let me see, Snyder. In the matter of Rachel Lynn Snyder versus Brandon Cedric Snyder, file number 2020-47798 DM. That matter was dismissed. And anybody else in here for a friend of the court show cause, raise your hand. Okay, sir, over in the blue shirt over there, what's your name?
Robert Miller.
Mr. Miller, all right, let me mark your in person. And what is your name, sir?
That's Southwell.
All right. All right, Mr. Miller, you want to come up to the podium? This is in the matter of, right here, Pamela Parker versus Charles Miller Jr., file number 2002-25512DS. Mr. Miller is present in person. So Mr. Miller, you have a balance owed of arrearages only in the amount of $10,329.55. We adjourned this matter back in August because you said you were waiting on a decision from Social Security.
Yeah, and they had this appeal from Meridian got put in, so I'm waiting on that right now.
Okay, move the microphone kind of towards you a little bit. There you go. You can move it. Say that again.
I'm waiting on, I had a meeting with Meridian, the lady helps you fill all your paperwork out. Some of my paperwork wasn't right, so I had to redo stuff. I got sent back to them.
Okay, and so when do you think you'll have
She
it?
said 2 to 3 weeks last week, so
2 to 3 weeks before a decision?
yeah, she said it should be.
Okay, so I'm gonna set this out to October 28th. And Mr. Miller, when we come back on October 28th, bring some paperwork with you from them. Okay, if you receive it, then I need you to immediately, once you get your paperwork, take it down to front of the court. Jeff Anderson is your caseworker, so just come here to the basement level, check in at the front window, and make sure you get all that information to Mr. Anderson, okay?
All right.
All right, you're all set. Thank you. And Mr. Southwell, you want to come up to the podium? All right, this is in the matter of Whitney Wyrick versus Kevin Southwell, file number 2010-35643 DP. Mr. Southwell, we are here on an arrearages only case. You have a balance owed of $22,685.32. You do have Miss Underwood.
Yes.
So actually, I'm going to just wait till she gets here, okay?
Okay.
So just go have a seat back there. Sorry, I didn't realize you had Miss Underwood. In the matter of Jennifer Herevia versus Edward Van Blaylock, file number 2009-33900 DP. He's not in my waiting room. He is not in the courtroom. This is the date and time set for a show cause. Mr. Blaylock was supposed to pay $200 a month. He has an arrearage of $8,975.59. Mr. Vasquez or Ms. Sinkowitz, I'm going to guess that he was on probation for felony child support. Is that why it mentions once he was released from probation, he no longer made payments?
I don't have that information, Your Honor. Caseworker did not notice that.
Okay, I was just curious. All right, he hasn't made a payment since July in the amount of $50. So I'm going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest. And I'm going to set bond in the amount of $2,000 cash. In the matter of, well, he just went downstairs. Payment. Ma'am, what's your name?
I'm Jennifer Heredia. It's Troll, actually. I was here for that case for the Blaylock.
Okay, sorry. Our file will always have your name at the time the file is open, so I
Right, and
apologize.
it also has Iddings as my lawyer. She's not.
She was your last attorney, and until
She
you
was
hire,
actually-
no, I know that, but it'll always be in the system
Okay.
until you go hire another attorney.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Well, she was never my attorney, so I don't know why it's on there.
Okay, doesn't say it on mine, but it must be something old. Thank you.
Okay.
You're
All
awesome.
right, thanks.
All right, Mr. Clack, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is in the matter of Amanda Clack versus Stephen Clack, file number 2013-39346 DM. I have Stephen Clack appearing via Zoom. So Mr. Clack, we have a monthly charge of $465 a month. You have an arrearage today of $12,795.23. When we were back in July, you reported William R. Curtis as your employer. And out income withholdings the same day. We have not received a payment from them, full months payments. We did receive 2 payments in August and 2 in September. So, right. So
Yeah, they've been
Mr.
taking it out.
Right. So what I'm going to tell you is you're ordered to pay $465 a month. You need to pay down your arrearage too. So
I've been
if
paying
they-
extra each week
Okay.
through the court.
How much did you pay last month total?
Well, they took the 119 per week out every paycheck last month, and then I'll pay like another $50 to $75 a week on top of that through the court, through the portal.
Your Honor,
Okay.
those 119 payments, they're being split between 2 cases. That's the issue.
So Mr. Clack, you have another child support case?
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Clack, how much you supposed to pay a month on the other one?
I don't know I don't know the exact number, but it's a little over 2,000 a month.
Okay, so Mr. Clack, one thing I'm gonna tell you is you're required to pay all your payments, because if you don't pay them all, then a full payment doesn't go to ours.
I didn't know that it was getting split up
Well, yeah,
because
you
it
gotta,
just shows as one payment coming out of
okay,
my
so
check.
hold on, listen to me. So they're gonna take money out of your checks, and it's not gonna cover what you owe. So you're responsible to go online and make sure you pay the full amount owed. If you're ordered to pay $260 or $2,000 out, your other file charges you $2,000 a month?
Yes.
When's the last
It's
time you had an
actually-
income review on that one?
Your Honor,
Yeah,
it's actually 1,458 he's supposed to pay on that other case.
okay, so Mr. Clack, a couple things. You need to, like, today, come to the friend of the court. I know you live in Waterford, but figure it out, call the clerk's office, the number's on your paperwork under court telephone. You need to file for an income review. You're probably entitled to a free one and get that child support reduced, okay?
Okay.
If you don't, it's gonna be all on you and you're gonna end up with a felony child support case. So I would do that today and, call and paperwork you received in the mail with a notice to appear up in the top right under my name will be the court telephone. Call that, they'll explain to you how to do that. You need to do that right away. Because
Okay.
otherwise, this is just adding up. And
Yeah, I
so,
know.
but you need to pay the full amount owed every month through your, employer, and they're not gonna take that much out of your paycheck, so that leaves you responsible for paying the balance. So, all right, I'm gonna set this out to October 28th. You need to make more payments online, but when we come back, I wanna see that you filed for an income review and that you
Okay.
have a hearing date pending, okay?
All right, I'll do that today.
All right, so I'll see you back on October 28th. Thank you.
Thank you.
No scores. Thank you, ma'am. All right, let's see. All right, Mr. Carroll, why don't you come on up? This is in the matter of, let me see here. Where'd you go? Michelle McNamara versus Aaron Carroll. Somebody with no name in here. All right, and Aaron Carroll is present in the courtroom, file number 23-51285 UN. So Mr. Carroll, I sent you down to make a payment. How much did you pay today? 50. All right, so Mr. Carroll, this is an arrearages only file. You owe $18,092.54. So it's probably $42.94 now. Mr. Carroll, the maximum penalty for contempt of court can be up to 45 days in jail on a first offense and 90 on a second. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Are you working?
No,
Okay, so you need to pay on this every month,
yeah,
okay? How are you surviving?
my girlfriend,
Are your girlfriend supporting you?
yes,
Okay, so I don't care how you do it, but you need to make a monthly payment. Do you understand?
yeah,
And I ordered you to pay $50 a month. And we only had one payment in September. And then you didn't, okay, September 1, and you paid another $50 today. All right, so who's the caseworker on this? I don't know who the caseworker is on this. So it looks like back in July, he was ordered to pay for July, August. One payment was made in September, so let's count that for July. You made a payment today, that's for August. So I'm still gonna need you to make a payment for September,
okay,
okay?
yeah,
Okay, and can you make that in the next week?
yeah,
All right, so by Friday, you gotta make another payment.
yeah, by Friday I should make another payment,
Okay, so you have to pay $50 a month,
okay, every month,
okay?
yeah,
All right, so I'm gonna set this out to October 28th to make sure you're doing that.
okay,
and make your payment. I mean, if you want to come here in person, you can.
Yeah.
But if you make your payment in person a week before and let your caseworker know, they'll probably adjourn it without you having to come in.
Okay,
Okay, do you know who your caseworker is?
no,
So Mr. Vasquez and Ms. Sienkiewicz, my paperwork doesn't have a caseworker on it. Who's his caseworker?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Sienkiewicz is your caseworker. So, you know, if at least 7 days before the hearing, you come in and you make the payment at the front window, they'll probably adjourn it out. And after you've been making payments for a while, they'll probably dismiss it.
okay,
Okay?
yes, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye. I think I already said this, but Raquel Tyndall versus Isaiah Coopshaw, file number 2007-32109 DP has been adjourned October 28th. I have a gentleman on a Motorola device. What's your name, please? Please don't smoke and take your hat off, please.
Oh, sorry.
It's
Edward
okay.
Blaylock.
All right. Say your last name again.
Blaylock. B-L-A-L-O-C-K.
All right, so Mr. Blaylock, hearing started at 8 a.m. and I had already called your case and the other party was present. So Mr. Blaylock, this is file number 2009-33900 DP. Mr. Blaylock, you were placed on probation. Were you on probation for a felony child support case?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so the last payment we received was $50 on July 18th of 24. And we haven't received any payments since then. Mr. Blaylock, where are you working?
I'm working at Saginaw Estates
Okay, where is that?
in Saginaw. It's
Okay,
it's a trailer park.
and what do you do there?
I'm maintenance. I rebuild trailers.
Are you paid via paycheck with taxes out?
No, ma'am. They give us a W-9. They pay us, and then we got to pay our own taxes and everything out.
Okay, so is this located on Dixie Highway in Saginaw?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it 5653 Dixie Highway in Saginaw?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's 48601?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, sir, you have a monthly charge of $200 a month. You have an arrearage, so you need to pay $250 a month. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a W-9, when do they pay you? Like once a week, twice a week, what?
On the 1st and the 15th.
Okay, so on the 1st, you need to pay $150, and on the 15th, you need to pay $150. And you need to pay that online unless you want to drive here. But do you have access to a computer?
I could pay it through the phone. I've been paying it online through my phone for all past 5 years. I missed last month, but I paid some this month.
So understand that's what you have to make, because they can recharge you with a felony for that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We can just do this over and over and over again. So if you got to pick up another part-time job, if your partner needs to kick in, whatever it is, you're going to need to pay $250 a month,
Yes, ma'am.
or we're going to be back to where we started from. So when's the last payment you made?
I made it, I believe, Thursday or Friday.
All right, how much did you pay?
I paid what I could right now was 25. I'm trying to find another job too because we were slow. Well, we're starting to pick up again.
Well, I will tell you, you're better off getting a job with a paycheck, because
Yes, ma'am.
it's really hard to make payments on your own. So All right, so Mr. Blaylock, I'm gonna adjourn this out to October 20, no, I'm gonna adjourn this out to Becky. Could I have a November date? I forgot it's almost October now. November. About 18.
4th or 18th, yep, that's good.
All right, so Mr. Blaylock, I'm gonna adjourn this out to November 18. You're gonna have to zoom back in again. I want to see a $250 payment for October. And then I want to see at least half of that. Well, I should have 2 payments in November, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I'm gonna quash the bench warrant I issued and we'll see you back on November 18th, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm gonna come on up. So, Miss Underwood, I have Mr. Southwell in person.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you make your $300 payment?
No, ma'am, I didn't. There's been a lot of issues.
All right, so
They are taking it currently out.
hold on, let me call the case first. I just wondered. All right, I have Miss Underwood here. So this is in the matter of Whitney Wyrick versus Kevin Donald Southwell, file number 2010-35643DP. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Southwell. This is arrearages only. Mr. Southwell, you have an arrearage of $22,685. We did receive a $300 payment in June. We haven't received a July payment. We haven't received an August payment. We have not received a September payment. You were ordered to pay $200 a month. So you stated that you are working.
Yes, ma'am, they're taking it currently out of my paychecks now.
Okay,
I'm under the
and
impression that they were already previously doing that because they had sent the paperwork. But when I talked to my boss, she said she didn't know how to fill it out.
okay, so when you get your paycheck and the money is not taken out, you gotta make the payment.
I wasn't aware that it wasn't taken out though, because we don't get a stub, it's just direct.
But the onus is on you
Yes, I know.
to double check that. Okay, so you said they are taking it out of your paycheck
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna set this over to October 28th to monitor that.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are, if every payment's coming out the way it should be, and it's what we said, 200 a month?
It's 82 something is what they take out every week.
Okay, if that's happening before October 28th, your caseworker is, I don't have his caseworker information on this one either. It cut off, I think it was because it was too much text. Who's
Yeah,
the, Ms. Sinkowitz?
It's Sue, so it's me until the new person is hired.
Okay, so Ms. Sinkowitz is your caseworker in the interim. Ms. Pelham is gone. So if you call like the week before,
Yes, ma'am.
you can find out if it's been adjourned.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
all right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, I have, let's see who's next. Let's see the Samsung devices. I have the jail Zoom Rhonda Underwood, but I don't have audio or video yet. Someone on a Samsung device, I just sent a request for you to unmute your device. So Ms. Sinkowitz and Mr. Vasquez, the last paperwork I have is for Jonathan Emmett, but I do have, oh wait, there's Jarrett Harding. Might be, some of these might got adjourned. Was Diane Hubbard versus Brian Mason, 2014-41008 UN, was that adjourned?
No, it was not, Your Honor.
I just put the paper in the wrong place. Okay. All right. I have someone, looks like a woman on a Samsung device. What's your name, please?
Jane
What's your last name?
Smead.
Okay. All right, Miss Smead, I'm going to change your screen name.
Okay,
And then I'm gonna pop you in the waiting room until I get ready to call your case, okay?
okay, thank you.
It'll just be a couple minutes. In the matter of Lisa Tarver versus Joseph Spresser, file number 2007-32101, Mr. Spresser was ordered to appear today. Mr. Spresser is ordered to pay $202 a month in child support. He has an arrearage of $5,937.19. We received a payment in June of $200. I'm going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest and set bond in the amount of $1,000. The matter of Crystal Cohoon versus Jarrett Harding, file number 2013-388. Oh, there's two. So we have two files. So 13-38830 DP, and then I have Latasha Coy versus Jarrett Harding, file number 16-43181 DS. On both of these files, Mr. Harding has a monthly child support order. He appeared on July 8th. We ordered him to pay $500 on that day on file number 13-38830 DP and $300 a month. He did pay the $500. But he has paid $0 in the month of August, $0 and a minimal amount in September. And he's failed to appear today. On the other file, 16-43181 DS, he was ordered to provide proof of adoption paperwork. We have not received that yet. That was an out-of-county adoption, I believe. So Mr. Harding has failed to appear. I'm going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest. And I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,500 on file number 2013-38830. And I have paperwork for two files on Mr. Harding, but he's not on my docket for two files. And that's probably, not your fault, but I'm just letting you know I don't have file number 16-43181 DS on my docket, so I'm not going to issue a bench warrant on that one. Okay.
Your Honor, it was on our docket that we sent up.
I don't know. It's not on mine. So, I mean, it's an error somewhere, I'm sure, but I'm not going to issue a bench warrant on that one. All right.
Would you like me to adjourn it or?
Yeah, you can adjourn it or we'll pick them up. You can adjourn it to October 28th if you want. Right now I've got a Samsung. Maybe that's him.
Is Emmett all we have left, Your Honor?
I got a pickup from the jail, but they're not turning
Well, I
on
think
the
that's
video.
Emmett, isn't it?
What?
I think that's Emmett, isn't it? The pickup from the jail.
Yes. It's a friend of the court. Yeah, Jonathan Leroy Emmett. All right, I have a Samsung device where I can see the metal ceiling. Can you take your hat? Yep, there you go. What's your name, sir? Okay, 1, put your cigarette down. 2, take your hat off. There you go. There you go. Why don't you unmute your device?
Never done this.
That's okay. What's your name?
Lance.
Okay.
She wanted me to join it. It's not my court. She She wanted me to join in case she needs me.
Okay, who's she?
Jane Smead.
Okay, so, all right, I'm gonna rename you. So your first name is Lance. What's your
Yep.
last name?
Dickerson.
Henderson.
Dickerson. Dickerson.
Spell it again.
Dickerson.
All right, I'm gonna put for Smead. Okay, I'm gonna change your screen name. I'm gonna pop you in the waiting room, all right? Well, we're not
Yep.
quite to that hearing yet. Okay, the matter of Iona Folk versus Dion Wilson, file number 20-47450. DP, hold on. I don't know. It's already done. I'm already done. I'm not going back to it.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
I don't know. Did yours have that?
What's that, Judge?
Nothing. All right.
Yeah, but that's because I run it for the day. So somehow you end up on the one, didn't end up on yours.
I don't know. All right, so let's go. We'll call the jail again, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Hey, this is Judge Ann Sloan. I have a jail Zoom open, but I need, let me see, Jonathan Leroy Emmett. He's a new arrest. Would he be on your floor?
Yeah, he's with us.
Can I see him?
All right, I will get him in there.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, I have Brian. Brian, if you, Mason, I think you're Brian Mason. Could you unmute your device, please? Good morning, Mr. Mason. Yep. All right, this is in the matter of Diane Elizabeth Hubbard versus Brian Thomas Mason, file number 2014-41008UN. So, Mr. Mason, this is a charging case from Nevada. We have an order that you are to pay $260 per month. You have an arrearage of $25,918.05. We were here on July 29th of 2024, and you were ordered to provide case status from Nevada. So we moved it to today for you to get that paperwork. Have you gotten that?
No, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I've talked to them, and what it was is it had been 10 years since there was any action from either party, so they had dropped the case. And then when I got unemployment here in Michigan for when we had the COVID epidemic, it started taking money out again. So we're unsure where we stand right now.
Okay, so Mr. Mason, here's the deal. In Michigan, I can give you jail time for not paying your child support. If you don't pay your child support, eventually I can issue a bench warrant for you, and you're gonna get picked up. On a first contempt, it's 45 days in jail. On a second contempt, it's 90 days in jail. I'm sure you don't want to go to jail. So it's really imperative, at the very least, you get a letter from the clerk there, because otherwise, if you continue to not pay any money, I'm gonna issue a bench warrant for you.
Right, I understand.
So, okay, so you're gonna have to like get on the phone with these people and talk at length. You might have to get an attorney there or something, I don't know, but you gotta do it because I'm left. Yeah, you know, I'm left with my only remedies. So I'm gonna set this out to October 28th for you to get that paperwork. And if you don't, I mean, you have to get it done, all right?
Yes. Yes.
And and I'm sure an attorney won't charge that much just to go to the courthouse and get some paperwork for you. It's not like they'd be doing a hearing for you, all right?
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. All right, we'll
Thank you,
see you
Judge.
back on October
All right.
28th. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. And Ms. Underwood, I have Jonathan Leroy Emmett. Is that you, Mr. Emmett?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is in the matter of April Marie Martin versus Jonathan Leroy Emmett, file number 2018-45884 DP. So, sir, we're here today on two things. This is just, well, is there a failure to appear date somewhere? It's not on my paperwork.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, not you,
ma'am.
Mr. Emmett. I'm asking in front of the court. Hold on. So, Ms. Sinkowitz, I don't have the information if he failed to appear.
September 9th of this year.
All right. So, Mr. Emmett, we're here on two things. One is failure to pay child support, and one is failure to appear, both of which are crimes in the state of Michigan. So, Mr. Emmett, you have no prior contempts. Hold on. So the maximum penalty you could receive in jail on a first contempt could be up to 45 days and on a second 90 days. So Mr. Emmett, you're ordered to pay $224 a month in child support. It looks like you probably were paying pretty steady for a while because your arrearage is not that high, but your arrearage is $3,584. So Mr. Emmett, you were previously ordered to pay $224 and well, we've not received any payments. So, Mr. Emmett, are you in jail on anything else?
No, ma'am, currently I'm not in jail, but the reason why I was not able to make payments is because at the current time I was jobless, taking care of my kids that were living with at the time. I do have a job and did resubmit all my new information in so that way they could start garnishing my paychecks.
Okay, where are you working at?
I work at Glycon Corp in Tecumseh, Michigan now, ma'am.
Okay, and what's the name of the company again?
Glycon, GLYCON, Corp, CORP.
Okay, and has an income withholding been done or no?
I have no idea. I submitted my paperwork into the Friends of the Court last Friday. And I just found out that I had a warrant out for my arrest last Thursday.
Okay. All right, Ms. Sinkowitz, did we receive that paperwork for his new employer?
I
Yes,
did.
sir.
Oh,
Yes, Your Honor.
I
Okay.
came into the
All right.
building personally, did it.
Okay, so Mr. Emmett, you owe $224 a month. You got a little bit of an arrearage. I'm gonna slap $50 on there to start paying down the arrearage, which means you're gonna need to pay $274 a month. When you get paid weekly or bi-weekly, check your paycheck. If they haven't taken it out yet, pay it online or come in and pay it in person. Just that, divide it by 2, divide it by 4, whatever your paycheck is, and make that quarterly or half a month payment until it starts coming out of your check, okay?
And can I
I'm gonna
also
adjourn-
add, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Can I know of the day that I supposedly did a failure to appear, because I never knew of that court date.
Okay, are you still living in Morenci?
No, ma'am, I am not. I live in my new
Okay,
address
hold
now.
on. Don't tell me your address on the record. Don't tell me your address on the record. Did you change your address in writing to the friend of the court?
Yes, ma'am, I have. I did that Friday as well.
Okay, so we've got that information now. We'll make sure it's changed in the system. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to adjourn this out to October 28th. Just to make sure that either you're making the payment or it's starting to come out of your check. You can zoom in for that, sir. So I'm gonna release you on a PR bond.
Okay.
And as long as that's all set up, you won't, we'll be good. All right, Mr. Emmett?
Not a problem, man. I'm so sorry about this miscommunication. I tried to get in. I thought I was quick enough, but I guess I was just a little bit too short in time there.
It's okay. It's all right. Sorry about that. And we'll see you back on October 28th. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are y'all done with me now?
Yeah, I'm all done with you now.
I printed you from the docket.
Okay. Um. All right, so we'll go to the new docket. I find Dion Wilson. We did that one. And turns out I had a couple dockets today, Mr. Vasquez and Ms. Sinkowitz. We did Southwell. So I think I'm done with everything. Ms. Sinkowitz, is there anything, Mr.?
I'm all set.
Oh, well, actually, on Wilson, I called it, but I didn't do anything on it. So in the matter of Iona Folk versus Dion Wilson, file number 20-47450 DP, says the date and time is set for a show cause. Mr. Wilson has failed to appear. I'm going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest. Let me find out how much he owes. And I'm gonna set bond in the amount of $1,500. All right, thank you, Mr. Vasquez and Ms. Sinkowitz.
Thank you, Judge.
General windows. Smead and Mr. Smead. All right, thank you. Give me 1 second to grab your paperwork. This is in the matter of Jane Smead versus Matthew Smead, file number 2016-43150 DM. Both parties are present via Zoom. So Ms. Smead and Mr. Smead, can you both raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Ms. Smead?